All right.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Gatewalker Saga. And when last we left our intrepid band of adventurers, you guys were sitting in the guts of the Dragon Barrow, and you'd already kind of found a few of the traps. One you found the good way, and one you had found kind of the harder way. So hopefully, as we continue on, that is not going to continue. Your good buddy Sildar had run off for you to go and scout ahead at the next location that you folks have been considering hitting during your travels. And but last when we looked at you, you guys were down in the room with the sarcophagus, and I'm going to switch you over there in just a moment. But were there any other questions, concerns, or anything like that before we get moving into our current scene? All right, folks, silence is acceptance. So we're going to go ahead and move along with this. I'll be running Damien, obviously, for today because Damien is obviously got some additional challenges that are going on with him. So when people come in and see that, that's why I am doing what I'm doing here. So, all right. Any other questions there before we go on? All right, let me just go on. Going once, going twice. Sold. Okay, so everybody, we are moving on. Thank you very much for coming on back here. And when we last left, you folks were in this room here down below where you discovered a couple of rather important looking sarcophagi that were not quite as ornate as the ones that you had seen over in the other room where you had run into the wraith that was protecting the lady I forgot all that. Bragathorn. I can't really remember what her last name was now, but I'm sure we'll be able to find it. Um, there's a table in between the two sarcophaguses along that south wall. There's a few elements that are there, funerary elements, candles, elements that may have been probably used in the burial itself, but they're all in fairly bad condition. There are two signs over each one of the sarcophagi. Unfortunately, they've rotted away over the years, and you can't make out the names of the two people lying in state in either one of them. There are some very large jewels inlaid inside of the lids on these two sarcophagi, and they're roughly about the size of Cauldron's fists. A ruby in the one to her left and a sapphire in the one to her right. And yeah, that's kind of where we left you guys off. And you're still seeing the will-o'-the-wisps are still moving about. You've attempted to communicate with them, but they have moved off. They've gone to other locations. They're not exactly hanging around. Um, you've seen them in other areas relative to where you're standing, but that's kind of where we find ourselves. Is there anything else we need to kind of speak to, discuss, go over, or is everybody good to go relative to where we left off?
I'm good to go.
Excellent.
Good to go.
Okay.
My computer is screaming, by the way, so I'm going to periodically mute. But Makiko, I can control Angelina, so whatever you need,
Okay.
just let me know.
Excellent. Okay. So what would you folks like to do? Cauldron, these are very tempting. These are luscious looking jewels, by the way. They look quite quite valuable.
At the last session, I was convinced, at least temporarily, to leave them alone.
Very well. What else would you guys like to do in this room? Are you going to investigate further, or what are you going to try and do?
Yeah, but I'm getting a pretty strong feedback loop where I hear everything twice. Is there a way to turn off the sound to Twitch coming through the main?
Yeah. You don't need to follow Twitch if you're following inside of the game. You don't need to follow the Twitch. You can actually drop out of the Twitch stream if you'd like, Steve.
Or you could just pause it if you want to look at the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should be, wary of messing with the sarcophagi in case we awaken any more wraiths. If there's anything else guarding these things. But I think we also run the risk of not figuring out, because the willy wisps, they don't want to talk to us either. So I'm wondering what is technically our next step here into finding that sword.
There's 2 more chambers to look into, I think.
I think those were guarded by will-o-wisps at some point. They might have moved on.
So was this one, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if we can just, because the last one we tried talking to just kind of like bolted away. So I wonder if we try to engage in the other ones, they'll kind of do the same thing.
What exactly did someone say to them? Was it like, I think it was something along the lines of like, I can't remember.
It was something about like taking us to the lady.
Or like something about like,
Yeah,
the thing about the lady where we have to like prove ourselves worthy to the tomb or something.
I think we already did that, but when we saw the willies, we were like, hey, take me to the lady, and instead they just vanished.
So maybe that's just our next course of action, is to like, communicate our reason for being there. Let them know we're not there to steal anything. I'm looking at you, Cauldron. We have to hold ourselves true to that. And then, if we like, hopefully they buy the fact that we're not there to hurt anyone. We're just, or mess with the dead. We're just looking to, find the lady so that we can use her sword to fight the dragons.
That sounds good to me. Didn't we put some object in there to stick the trap door shut instead of open? It's looking open.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think it's the one that the little passageway that we went through, the one where you're standing right now, Ruger. I think that's the one that, like, there's like a trap in that corridor that we like shut, because that's the one that Cauldron fell through.
Right. So the one that Cauldron fell through is the one you see up here at the top area. Now I've left that there. If you guys jammed it shut, you've jammed it shut. I'm just leaving it there so everyone is aware that that is in fact a trap. So do be careful as you cross it. You never know whether or not your piton is actually holding the trapdoor shut the way you expect it to, or if you're in for a nasty landing. So just be fully aware of those possibilities.
Okay. I guess I'll try to receive people as they hop across the trap.
Understood?
So are we heading on?
All right. So where would you guys care to go? Ruger, you seem to have taken a lead position back in the hallway. The only exit out of the room that you guys see is a small tunnel in that western wall. It's about 2 feet wide-ish, about 2 feet tall. If somebody wanted to get on their hands and knees and crawl sideways, they might be able to get through that. It's not the most clearly nor easily seen through of holes, but it clearly does path into some of the things you think you saw over in the other area. So from that perspective, there may be something interesting to see. But other than that, that is the only other exit that you presently see in the room.
Never a hobbit when you need one.
Yes, never a gnome when you want one.
I say let's keep going, because I don't think we have enough information or materials to do anything with this room safely.
Right.
I'm gonna meet Ruger up in there.
All right.
Okay.
And then maybe we Maybe we put Cauldron up in front to make sure she can look for traps.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds like a plan.
Putting the thief in the front, the one that can actually detect traps, that's just crazy talk. All right, let's go ahead and...
I am close behind. I am close behind.
All right,
Is she
I will...
still protected from poison, Kevin?
She is. Her protection from poison spell is running, as you'll notice if you look in the conditions. We actually got that working, and that is now
Good.
working on her. So it's loaded up on there. Again, like I said, we had a few interesting oddities last week. Damien is going to offer to pull up rear guard as he did last time because of his ability to very quickly react in combat situations. He makes an excellent second place position. Druger can either cover your back, or you can have him move up front to back up Cauldron. Your call, guys.
No, I'll go back and go up front with Cauldron.
Okay.
The Druid can come up if he wants, but...
I'll go where you want me. You know, my sword is yours.
Okay, so we're moving. Where are we going?
All right, as you guys begin to move,
Right to north?
Have we been down this hallway?
You guys are heading back towards that central area of the road. The spiral staircase that you guys came down seems to be directly in front of you. You can make off just in the distance over there to the west, some greenish light coming down from the will-o'-the-wisp that you saw down that other pathway. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just checking, because I was not sure. And up to the north, you can see light coming down that hallway to your right, Cauldron. Appears to be some folk there. That's where the will-o'-the-wisps are. Go ahead and move up the other cleric into the rear position. All right, Cauldron, could you please pause there for a quick moment, please?
Yeah.
Okay, because as you can see, you're now at an interesting crossroads. As you look to your right, you can see that the hallway jogs a little bit over to the right and kind of makes a little zigzag there. But as it begins to do its zigzag, you can see that there is what appears to be some sort of a floating apparition up there to the north of you, which is a little disturbing. Not something you expect to see, but it would appear to be another will-o'-the-wisp.
Hold on, real quickly, just a quick pause. DM, I don't know which desktop you're sharing from, but I think Angelina is seeing things in the Twitch stream that she shouldn't be able to see.
I don't know if it's the room that we were already in previously, but I see like an image of, it's like a black and white image at the bottom room.
Right, that's just a new icon that I gave for the horse because the horse did not have their
oh, okay.
Yeah, but
I was like, oh no.
let me reset this thing here. Okay. Let me just check.
Oh, good. Oh, okay.
Yep. 1 second. Yeah. That is the horse, the skeletal horse that you guys saw there earlier on.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. Never mind. Moving on. Sorry.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because she texted me separately and was like, "Am I supposed to be able to see a horse?" And I was like, "What?"
Oops.
Oh no!
Yep. I just got booted. 1 second.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause this fuss.
It's all right. We just got booted out.
No, Dad, it's really simple. You're putting in something way too complicated.
Well, I'm coming in as a different person now so that we don't have that problem.
Whoa, it's asking me for an administrator password.
Yeah, we got dropped. 1 second.
Dun 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 dun.
I don't know why that happened. Should not have happened, but it happened. But hopefully
Dad, do you just want to join as me then?
it's okay. It'll be fine in a moment. It'll be fine in a
Okay.
moment. Yeah. Just got bumped. Fix this in a hot second. No sweat. All right. We're supposed to be Damien, so I'm moving Damien around, so that's no big deal. I'll just move Damien here. Is everybody? I see we've only got Ninako and Steve in at the moment.
Eva's in too.
Okay.
Oh.
It's still loading on my end, I think.
Okay.
Mine too.
I had to refresh the page.
I see what the problem is.
Machio, you know you can access your spells and stuff on Foundry, right? So you can at least look at what you've got in your spell book. Okay, cool. Because you have so many more, I had to like extensively read through everything I can do now. My computer's screaming again. Goodbye.
Okay. Let me know. We got everybody in. I see Eva, Ninako, Steve. I guess we have everybody now. All right. So moving right along. So Eva, you can see the path goes ahead of you. There's a split to your left. You can see another hallway kind of going down around the corner, heading back. Looks like it's very similar to the direction of the, I guess you would call it the, where the Will-o'-the-Wisp was kind of hanging out. So let me know if that interests you. Otherwise, you could head up to the north. So which direction are you guys going to go? Double back, go to the left, go to the right? Which direction would you like to go?
I'd like to go north.
I guess we're going north. Can you move me? Because I'm still not loaded.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything yet.
All right, I'm moving you about 10 feet down so Ruger can get in directly behind you. Angelina is directly behind Ruger with Elrond behind her, and Druger and Damien covering the rear. And as you come around that corner, you detect in front of the as you can see, there's another one of those spinning globes. This one has more of a yellowish tint to it. But as you do so, you notice that directly in front of this creature is one of the elements that you have seen many times already. You see that there is a strange looking patch of tile directly in front of it, and you're fairly certain that piece of tile is actually another one of the traps that you have already found in each one of the hallways thus far.
Obviously, I think I alert the rest of the group that there's another one of those traps.
Excellent.
Is it easy to disarm?
Could I try to disarm it?
You disarmed the other one, the one that was in front of the first room. You did that one fairly easily. Your attempt to disarm the one in the other hallway didn't work because you didn't detect it, and as a result, you actually stepped on that and unfortunately found yourself at the bottom of it, which is one way to detect it, by the way, but not the preferred one. If you would like to try, if you'd like to try and disarm this one, you can use your thieves tools and do a
You're gonna
roll.
have to roll for me. Thieves' tools is probably best.
Just try F5ing on your browser and see if maybe that'll get you where you are, because it does show me that you're in there.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes like one refresh and then it just
I already
needs
refreshed
update.
once.
All right.
Oh.
All right. Let me look at your abilities then.
Mine finally showed up, but it still says game paused for whatever reason.
All right. Looking at your inventory, your thieves' tools. There they are. Use thieves' tools. Supplies your dexterity. That is an extremely well rolled roll. You came up with a 26 and you only needed a 12 to be able to actually disarm that. So you were able to successfully disarm that trap. That trap is now locked in the door up position, and you have a high degree of certainty that people could walk up and down on that piece of tile, jump up and down, hoot and holler, and they'd be pretty safe. But as you come around the corner, you get a little bit of a better view about what's happening in front of you. You can see into a room that is slightly better illuminated. The will o' the wisp is floating on the other side of the door, of that trap door, and as you proceeded to finish disarming the trap, that will o' the wisp moved over here in front of a sarcophagi that you can see off to your left hand side, just uh, beyond the doorway by about 10 or 15 feet. There's another one of these ornate, very elaborately decorated sarcophagi. This one here on the left-hand side, again, looks like it's been carved primarily out of ebony and looks almost identical to the one that you saw in the far southern room. Has the exact same kind of jeweled eyes, the wonderful mother of pearl inlay. But the difference is that you notice that this one on the side of the sarcophagus has several scenes of battle between what would appear to be a female paladin or knight type of character with a very, very large dragon. And there are bones set into the design. Whether those are human bones or dragon bones, you'd have to get closer to be able to tell. And you notice that the sarcophagus on the other side, the right-hand side of that same doorway, looks very, very similar. This one has a will-o'-the-wisp that is emitting sort of a bluish white light, and that one on that side has very similar type of a design, does not have the battle scene on the side. And while there is mother of pearl inlaid into the design of the lid on this sarcophagi, there does not appear to be any jewels laid into that one. If there are signs identifying who these people are, you can't see them from where you are standing, which is a tad bit frustrating. But off in the distance, you notice in the walls, illuminated by the unearthly glow of the will-o'-the-wisps, you can see that there are tapestries depicting battles and destruction of this dragon and this woman, and there appears to have been multiple encounters between the two of them if these were telling a story. And off in the far end, you're not sure, but you think you can see a rather large pile of bones to the far north, but you're not in an ideal position to be able to see them, and the light from the will-o'-the-wisps is kind of fading and not terribly clear by the time it gets to that distance. So let me pull you back a little bit. For those of you following on the Twitch stream, I'll pull you guys back a wee bit so you can see a little bit. And that's what you can see there.
I feel like oh, I can hear myself echo. I feel like the one with the dragon and the battle scene on it, I feel like that one could possibly be the ladies.
I thought that we established that the ladies was the one that the wraith was guarding.
Yeah, but she wasn't in there, right?
That is correct. She was not in there. There was no body in there, but that did summon the wraith.
And I know we don't technically want to encounter another wraith, but I feel like because we've gotten the okay from the other wraith, like because we proved our worth or something, because of the test, I feel like worst case scenario we could handle it. Possibly. I don't know.
Could you be a little less committal on that?
Well, it's just because like I feel like this this underground thing isn't very big, right? So I feel like there's only so many rooms that could be the where the lady is. So, and in the other room we were in, there was another sarcophagus, but we were like, you know what, let's not open it. It's probably not her anyways. So I feel like we could kind of take a chance with this one, but I'm that's just my thoughts.
Gotcha.
How do you think that we passed the test?
It was because of the brooch that I'm wearing. Apparently, it's the ladies.
Okay.
Right. I think though is that like I don't know, because she said very vaguely that we need to prove to the tomb that we're worthy, but is walking up and messing with the tomb exactly what I feel like there's a prerequisite. This feels like a trap, or we could just. Well, I mean, because I feel like I think there's something very telling in the fact that the willies aren't trying to attack us right away.
You're right.
Maybe they already know that our intentions are sound.
Would
Finally.
would it be like do you think I would instigate anything if I asked the willies if I could take a closer look at the bones at the back of the room?
Probably not. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask, and if not, we've got 6 good fighters. Hopefully, it doesn't come to that though.
You could. I think you might have to talk to the willies first and see if you can convince them that our purpose here is to defeat the dragon. I was thinking you might be a good spokesperson, Angelina, because of your brooch.
Oh, true. Okay. So
let's shuffle around and get you to the front.
Yeah, I was about to say, can I shuffle through?
All right.
Back up, please. Back up.
Okay, so
sorry, is the trap? Are we already like? Am I chill to pass the? Okay, I'm on it. Cool.
Yes, remember she did spike. She did very, very well at being able to actually lock that in place. So you're fairly certain that her attempts to lock that trap into place have worked extremely well. And as you step to the door, step in through the doorway, you can get a closer view of what is at the far end of that room, and you do in fact see what appears to be an extremely large dragon skull sitting
Oh.
atop a pile of bones. You can make that out as you start to approach the doorway here. And as you actually go into the room and you step over to the left-hand side of the main walkway, that's what you see. Does anybody want to change position now that she's actually in that room?
Yeah, I'll back her up.
Okay, Ruger, go ahead and move yourself into position.
Shuffle through.
Yeah.
I'm going to see if there's some sort of protection spell I can put on in the meantime, just in case something bad happens.
All right, go ahead. You can check your spell list. We'll hold for a moment.
You may want to move up, Owen.
Yeah, I'll move Ellen up here.
Sorry.
They're catching on the walls a little bit because the walls inside here for moving your tokens gets a little congested. So there you guys are. You guys are all kind of neatly nestled and nested in there inside the doorway. Angelina, you can see much more of the sarcophagus now. You see the sign over that sarcophagus, and it clearly does have the lady's name there, written in beautiful script along the wall, letting you know that this does appear, in fact, to be her final resting place. And unlike the one that you saw in the south, this one is actually lying flat. The one you saw down to the south was actually standing on its feet, almost like it was standing at attention, right? This one is actually reclined and lying on a stone tablet. There's considerable dust on it, so it doesn't look like it's moved anytime recently.
Could Ruger kind of step to the right and see if there's a name on the other one?
Sure.
All right. So Ruger, as you take a step over to that side, you do see that there is a sign above that one, and the person's name is sort of kind of incomprehensible to you. It's an awful lot of consonants with fairly few vowels, it seems. But it does appear to be Tanamir is the family name, and the title listed underneath the name is Squire. So this would appear to be the squire of the Lady Alagondar, who obviously had done so well as a squire. It had earned her a place of state and rest in the same burial chamber as her lady. So there's probably an amazing story of history and bravery and lore, but whether the battle with Azdraka the dragon. By the way, you can see now, Steve, now that you and Angelina are actually in the room, you can see as you look to the north, you can actually see the tapestry, and you see the final battle on that tapestry behind the large skull, and the lady and the dragon are in pitched close quarters combat. The squire appears to be dead on the ground, and there's just devastation all about. And the lady is holding a glowing sword in her hand and is piercing the breast of Azdraka, who appears to have his head reeling back and his mouth open and flame and steam belching out of it. So that's the rather dramatic scene that you see on the wall behind that skull.
Okay. So maybe now that we know that this is the lady's resting place, maybe we should instead just let the Willies know that we're here for to defeat the dragons who are trying to take over Wegabeko Cave.
Yeah, and
maybe
also
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, I think we should also mention that the Wraith did give us permission to wander these halls to find her. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying, Ava?
Yeah, I was going to say approximately the same thing.
Okay, cool. All right. So, okay. So I go up to the one in front of me.
Take it away, girl.
And
Take it.
I say like, we are not here to steal. We are not here to vandalize or take anything from this burial site. We are here just for help. We are here to try and defeat the dragons just as the lady did many years ago. And we are searching for anything that can assist us in the protection of Wave Echo Cave and this realm. And we have been given permission by the Wraith in the entrance to roam the area peacefully.
So I'm going to go ahead and have you roll on. You don't have intimidation. You're not really intimidating, but I'm going to go ahead and allow you to do a quick roll.
Charisma?
Yeah, let's go ahead and use her charisma. Exactly. This will be an ability check.
Sounds like a persuasion thing to me.
Yeah.
But it's your call.
Yeah, but it's using her same charisma bonus. It's essentially the same thing. So you finish speaking to it, and
Did you roll or can I roll?
Can you roll?
Yeah, I'm playing Angelina.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yes. In the future, I'll go ahead and let you roll. So
Sorry.
she mentions, and the will-o'-the-wisp floats back and seems to be floating over the nose of the dragon. Yeah, we'll stick with mine. Stick with mine, I said.
Yep, we'll stick with yours. Sorry, I didn't realize.
Oh my god.
No!
Getting snotty gets the party killed. Just warning you, it happens every time. So, anyhow, nonetheless, that was hilarious.
I didn't catch that you'd already rolled. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because Dad, I don't think your rolls are public. I didn't even know that you rolled either.
And that's okay, because like I said, what we're kind of working with here is oh, the music finally turned on. Are you guys hearing it? I'm finally hearing it. That's all cool.
Oh yeah, now we are.
Yeah, and now I gotta turn it down because it's a lot louder than I was expecting. Whether that was a positive thing or a negative thing, you don't know, but it has now floating over the skull of the dragon at the far end of the room.
Okay.
I'd say not attacking you immediately is a good thing.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing.
I feel like it should fall. Is she trying to make us follow?
Yeah,
like
I think so.
My first instinct.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow it.
Okay.
I'll be close. I think I'll be close behind, just in case.
You get up to this skull. This skull is easily 2.5 times as long as you are tall. It is ginormous. So I take it everybody is piling in. Is everybody piling into the room now with her, or what's the story? Okay.
I'll move closer.
Awesome. I will move our two stragglers. Druger decides to come up this side. He stops.
Oh,
when he gets
someone stay at the door, though. Someone stay by the door, just in case.
Aldrin's right next to the door.
Okay.
And Damien's standing next
Damien's right there, too.
Yeah, he'll take a step over, so at least he's got line of sight on at least part of what's going on. All right. So Druger is faced with the other will-o'-the-wisp, and he goes, "Didn't you hear? We're not here to cause mischief. We're here to go and arm ourselves. We got a major battle to fight." And as he says that, this one goes and moves up right next to its kin on the other side of the dragon head. Angelina / Elrin, please give me a perception check for our good friend. All right. So she has a +9 on her perception. Holy crap. I did not realize that. She's got great perception skills.
She got good eyes in this realm.
In this realm, not
Yeah,
in
seems
reality.
like it. So, Angelina, as you look at the top of the dragon's skull, you notice that inlaid along the bridge of the nose, just behind the nostrils, up to where the eyebrow ridge comes, essentially
Hey,
set.
could you repeat that? You cut out for a moment on my end.
I was just saying, Angelina, as you look down at the dragon head,
Okay.
you notice just behind the nostrils, leading up to where the eye sockets and eyebrows start, set into the skull is a sword, a rather beautiful looking sword. Even though it's been exposed to the elements, it shows no sign of any kind of tarnish, damage, degradation. It's quite a lovely looking element, as a matter of fact.
Heck yeah. Okay. I feel like maybe I should like do some kind of spell just to make sure that it's safe for me to pull out, because I know that we got okay from the wreath, but like just in case. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Does someone have detect magic?
I have
Montague
detect magic.
does.
Yeah. Wait, do I have it ready? I can't. Hold on.
No, you don't, but
I think I
you have
have.
detect
I have
good.
both. Oh, I have detect good or evil.
You do have detect magic, but neither one of us has it ready.
Well, I feel like either it's leading us into a very good trap, or it's leading us to the sword on purpose because they've heard our pleas.
Yeah.
But I would suspect the latter, and I would just go ahead and pick it up.
Okay.
Or I could pick it up with Mage Hand in case it's trapped somehow.
You could indeed. So how's the party going to proceed?
I'm gonna move up there.
Yep. Damien and Druger do the same. Damien's keeping one eye on the door. He's kind of standing with his back to you guys right now.
You can actually come one forward, Cauldron, if you want. It's up to you.
Doesn't really matter. The range is like 30 feet.
Oh, true. I thought you might want to take a look at the skeleton.
Oh, yeah, true. Does it look to be physically trapped in some way?
Your inspection would seem to suggest that it's not trapped. But you do notice it's very well placed in.
Could I attempt to grab it with Mage Hand?
You certainly could try. Go ahead and cast your Mage Hand.
Oh, okay.
If you would like to try that. I mean, if that's what you want to try, you absolutely could try using Mage Hand rather than your own physical body to remove it. Absolutely. It would not be an issue.
How do I cast it?
So you just use the spell. It would. I could give you the wonderful little icon that does it. Let's just save ourselves the headache.
Yeah.
We'll just go ahead and say that you've cast Mage Hand.
I clicked it. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, good. So you've got
good enough.
Yes, and all the little details about it, in case you ever wanted to know, are listed there. So you weren't trying to like hide that you were doing this or anything like that, right? Using sleight of hand.
No.
Okay, yeah. So you cast your Mage Hand. You see a hand appear of magical energy, whatever color. What color would you like it to be? Do you care?
Not really.
Okay, then we'll say because you're Cauldron, it's red because you are a fire elemental. An orangish, reddish, almost like a burning hand reaches down, puts itself around the hilt of the sword, and picks the sword up from the skull. as soon as you do that, all of you feel a very cold blast of air coming up from behind you, coming up from the hallway. And you notice that the will-o'-the-wisps have seemed to have changed ever so slightly from what they were looking like a few minutes ago. A few minutes ago they looked rather quiet and peaceful, and now they seem to have taken on a slightly different color. They were both sort of a nice blue and a nice yellow, and now they seem to have turned into a slightly darker, more menacing type of hue.
Oh, come on.
And they are floating in front, and you hear a voice echoing inside of the chamber, basically telling you, interlopers. Everyone, please.
No!
For initiative.
We did it all right! You told me to go there!
This might be the right way.
This might be the only way.
Jesus.
All right. So we have our order of attack. Wow, someone got a really nice one there. All right.
I'm the first cauldron, I think.
You
Maybe, I don't know.
It's still showing him as cauldron. I have no idea why. I will eventually figure that out. I have no idea. So, the will-o'-the-wisp that is directly in front of Angelina targets her and decides to pass through you using its attack as it does so. As it passes through, tries to pass through you, Angelina, you get the sense of a tingling sensation on your skin, but it passes harmlessly through you and appears on the other side of you before then blinking out of existence.
Wait, what? So I just ate it, basically?
No, it passed through you onto the other side and then trying to like faded out.
Oh.
Huh.
So, Ruger,
Okay.
it is your turn, sir.
Well, so did we roll for initiative because we're in combat
Oh no, I'm the second cauldron. Okay, yeah.
with the will-o'-the-wisp?
You're in combat, is what you know, my friend.
Just use me as a shield.
I'll pick up
Angelina the
away.
meat shield. Angelina the meat shield.
Yeah, should I attack? It doesn't. I'm not sure they're looking for us to attack.
It just tried to attack Angelina. Most definitely.
So where did it go? Well, I'll do an attack and cast Shield of Faith, I guess.
Okay,
So the bonus action would be Shield of Faith.
Alright, so cast Shield of Faith on yourself, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, target, let her rip. You have Shield of Faith running on you, sir. You have a wonderful blue glow about you of holy energy. And now, use your attack.
Alright. Oh, did it target him? I don't see it.
Nope, you targeted yourself. How about trying to target the will-o'-the-wisp? There you go. Which is good because it was, yeah.
How about stabbing myself?
Yeah, there you go. So go ahead, hit your attack. You missed with your first attack. You have 2 attacks, sir. You are
Right.
at 5th level. There we go.
Same.
And you missed with the second attack, unfortunately. Both of your attacks would miss. The will-o'-the-wisps are extremely nimble as they float around in their sub-corporeal type of wishy-washy, is it really here, is it not really here kind of way. Alright, so moving along. All of a sudden, Cauldron, you feel something push you. As it pushes through you, you feel a little prickling on the back of your neck. And as you do so, you feel something slam you in the back as hard as it possibly can. And you feel what almost feels like your back breaking and your ribs shattering as you get thrown across the room towards the bones, and you take damage from this. You take.
Could I uncanny dodge that?
You can't if you can't see it. Correct?
Okay. I don't know.
I don't think you can if you can't see it.
Probably not.
So it's invisible.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah. No. Nope.
Okay, time to switch opponents. I'm going to take on the invisible one. You guys take on the other one.
All right, so that really hurt, and Cauldron's in big trouble, unfortunately. So Cauldron has been slammed into the bones and is now gasping for breath as she's had the wind knocked out of her. Cauldron, it is your turn.
I would like to target this guy and attack him with a dagger. That's a miss.
Yep, that is a critical miss. However, would you like to try to use a second attack on that?
Yes.
With your rapier. By the way, you're supposed to be attacking with disadvantage because it is invisible.
Oh, sorry. I thought. Is this one invisible?
Oh, are you attacking the will-o'-the-wisp? Sorry. Okay, you did manage. I thought you were trying to attack the invisible guy. So you managed to hit, and you do damage to it, and in fact, a significant amount of damage as you notice.
That's not. Sorry.
Did you not mean to attack the will-o'-the-wisp?
No, I didn't mean to click the sneak attack thing that I just saved to my hotbar. I meant to roll 3d6 and add that to my attack.
Awesome. So you take off another 12 points of damage. The will-o'-the-wisp is now vibrating violently and spinning much faster than it was before. It clearly is in a high degree of distress. That will-o'-the-wisp.
That's my turn.
That's your turn. Okay. We are now on that will-o'-the-wisp. The will-o'-the-wisp targets Ruger in front of him, passes through Ruger, and as he passes through, once again, you feel this strange, shocking action as he goes through you. But it only tingles ever so slightly, Ruger. And as he passes through, similar to what happened before, he vanishes out of visible detection. Druger is now trying to attack. He knows that something just attacked Cauldron, and to have pushed you, he has an idea of where it might have actually have been standing at that time. So he's going to go ahead and try an attack with his battle axe, although he knows that quite likely it's a bit of a fool's folly. But here he goes with with Hugh the battle axe. He does his first attack. And he manages to actually hit. So he manages to strike with his first weapon, with his first attempt.
Come on.
And he does 14 points of damage with that as he manages to hit. It's a very beefy, solid slash with his blade. And you hear what sounds like a whispering moan as the blade strikes through the air. But you don't see anything. He doesn't feel a resistance. But he doesn't care. He tries his second attack. And again, disadvantage because he can't see anything. And he gets, unfortunately, a miss. He had a natural 20 on the other side of that. But unfortunately, he misses with his second attack. So you've managed to hit the bad guy once, but not the second time. Damien has heard the battle starting, and he's going to use very quickly an Arcana check to try and determine what you guys are fighting up against. I need to expose these rolls, sorry. So public rolling needs to roll a...
I also love this new... I was going to say, I love this new update where we can see everyone's, like, health bar.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Fair.
So Damien needs to get a 15 or better, 14 or better to be able to determine what you guys are fighting. And
Where
he
can we
rolls a 7, unfortunately.
Where can we see people's health bar?
It's one of the options. If you click on them, you should be. It's one of the options you can do when you right mouse click on them. You can ask to see their health bar.
It's under the order of combat.
Yep.
Everyone has a circle around them that shows their health, relative health.
So if you see the raised fist, that's the combat tracker. If you open it up, there is a circle around each person to show the relative health of each person that you are fighting, provided you can in fact see them.
I can't say I've ever opened that tab up to look at stuff like that.
Well, now you have it.
Now I have.
Now you've got it, so you can't say that you haven't done it before. So, because he's at a distance and he can't see what he's shooting at, Damien's going to make an attempt at using his firebolt to strike, but once again, he's also at a disadvantage as he tries to attack. And he misses.
Oh!
Yes, he misses. He misses badly, unfortunately, with his attempt to try and take out whatever it is that's harming. Elrin. Druger goes, yeah, standing right in front of Cauldron. And he's pointing right there in front of you to give you an idea of where you might want to target.
1 second. I'm gonna do bolt of planar lightning.
All right, going for the big guns.
Yes. Try to do this one and done. I don't know how to target it since I can't see it. How do you want me to proceed?
I will target it for you.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm gonna roll.
Let her rip.
Bing, bang, boom.
You have to roll with your attack
has
to be with disadvantage. So you'll see the attack button come up and it'll say attacking with disadvantage. If you don't know how to do that, let me know.
I got it.
All right. So your attack with disadvantage is a 16, and you have managed to actually hit with that. So as you shoot, all of a sudden you see the bolt of planar lightning go into the area where that weapon, where the creature is suspected to be, and you see the tendrils of energy enveloping a slightly humanoid shape as it strikes there. The damage from that weapon, from that spell, is significant. Let's go ahead and have you roll that for me, please. The first thing I go and look for the spell I need to go. There we are. Bolt There we are.
Nice shot, Elrin.
All right, so give me 2. I need to get
Yeah.
2d6 and then 2d6. Yes.
2d6, I'm rolling that. Bing, bang, boom.
All right,
And
the
then
creature takes
2
radiant
more.
damage first. Yes.
And then bing, bang, boom.
You roll an 8 and a 7. So as the energy strikes over top of the creature, you notice that it takes, you hear a kind of, again, almost sounds like a moan in the air as it starts to take this damage, and you get the sense that the air is getting colder as you just did that. But it clearly did not enjoy being struck by whatever that energy was that's coming out of you. Angelina,
Yeah.
your turn.
Well, now is there anything for me to target now? Because on my screen, I literally don't see anything anymore.
Correct. So roughly,
No, there's nothing there for us here.
Yep, roughly in this location here is where you suspect there is. Yeah, it's in that general location. What would you like to? What would you like to do?
I'm trying to remember if this is a spell that I have as Ravina or as Angelina, but it's where I can hold something captive, basically.
Hold person, and that's Angela. That is Ravina.
Dang.
Yep.
Okay.
And because you didn't take any damage, there's no chance of you having.
No, she has it as. No.
Oh, she does. She
no,
does
Angelina
have
has hold person.
All right.
And it is prepared. Yes,
All
she
right.
is.
Okay.
So I can, if you target, I can roll.
There is something I need to tell you though. It has to be something you can see. You can't cast that spell on a person on something you can't see. It says
Okay,
choose a humanoid that you can see within range, and you can't see anything right now.
Okay. I feel like if we I know they're invisible, right? I feel like we could like splash a bucket of mud and it'll
That
form.
actually works. If anybody has flour or
I was
turds,
thinking about using fog to do that.
I feel like that would just make it hard to see. Like,
would
fog
just-
Let me
doesn't
see what.
stick to something.
yeah, it
I
has to
think
stick.
I have grains or
Okay.
something in my inventory.
You have.
You do
You have
not.
oil, a lantern.
There is
rations.
oil. You do have oil. You could try
Yeah, no-
splashing oil in that direction.
But if anyone lights a fire, now we're we're screwed.
And that means that thing, if she hits it, would go up in flames. Yes.
Well, do
Right.
I
Well,
want it to go into
I'm
flames?
just
What if
thinking-
it's the lady? I don't want to. I don't know.
Well, we're attacking whatever it is, so.
Yeah, I think that we have to get through them to prove our worth, regardless of who it is.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm going to. Okay. I can't see.
We
my
also,
character
you also
sheet
have
right now.
alchemist's. There's also an alchemist's fire if you want to.
I just don't
use
want to
that, 'cause
hit
that
you or
immediately ignites.
Druger.
You can
I don't
throw it
wanna-
into that. You can throw it into that spot.
Okay, I'll do that then.
All right. Sorry, I've got a mouthful of what do you call it? Snacks, and I'm having a hard time speaking at the moment. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and target that square, and you throw your bottle of Alchemist's Fire at that location.
Oh, I can't throw it. I can't throw it.
I'll do it. All right, I'll do it for her. Oh, and you
Nice.
missed, but there is now a
What?
flame. You missed because you rolled a 20 and a 10. Unfortunately, that means that you missed. But the good news is you also didn't set anybody else on fire, which is kind of nice. And I'm sure the other people that are standing around you are probably very happy that they are not burning as well. So let me just quickly. Okay. So you throw it and it landed here, and there was a loud explosion as the alchemist fire went off. And for a brief moment, you guys aren't sure, but you're pretty sure that you saw what looked like a human form standing in the center of the flame that is there in the middle. You can kind of make out that there were some feet there, but it quickly went out as a result, unfortunately. So it was an interesting concept, and it might have actually worked if you had managed to strike your target.
Well,
Alrighty. Ruger.
Okay. I have blind sense. I'm going to try a branding smite on the one in front of me.
Awesome. Because of that, you can in fact see. So when you attack, you have blind sense as a feature?
Yes.
Correct? Alright, so you can detect. You can pick up this elemental energy directly in front of you. And you can, between having seen the light burning for a brief moment ago from the alchemist's fire, and now with your detection, you can kind of make out this humanoid ethereal silhouette directly in front of you. So go ahead, target that person. Well, I'll help you target it.
Yeah.
I think you have yourself targeted right now. You might want to untarget yourself.
I've tried to target the space in front of me, but...
Correct. Unfortunately, I can't just show you. I would have to show everybody.
Right.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to reveal it so that you can actually target it. You see this ethereal creature in front of you. Nobody else can, but you can make out this character. It looks like a human being with flowing energy whipping off of them as wisps of energy. So go ahead and target and let it have it.
There's only one?
I'm sorry?
There's only one that I'm
There's only
detecting?
one.
Okay. So do I cast Branding Smite or do I attack first and then cast?
I think you have to cast it first.
Correct. Turn the music down just a wee bit because I'm having a hard time hearing.
Okay.
Alright, so you casted Branding Smite, now do your attack. And you have struck, so the Branding Smite has landed on this ethereal creature, as well as the damage that you have managed to hit with your sword. However, well, both of your swords are magic, and they both managed to hit, and they managed to do damage. You notice that the creature is now swirling, the energy is swirling far more dramatically than it was, but you get the sense that as your blade was passing through it, that physical attacks might be slightly unusable against it. You have to be very careful about the kind of physical attack that you use. You sense that the damage you did should have been far more significant than it was, but for whatever reason, you notice that it was not as traumatic as you were expecting.
Okay, so it took the radiant damage though?
Yes, it did.
And it's lit up now?
The radiant damage seems to have been the most powerful impact that you hit it with. The physical attacks seem to have been somewhat, what's the word I'm looking for?
Diminished?
Yes, significantly so.
So now everybody can see it though, right?
No, just you. No one else.
The effect.
Because you're
Nobody
seeing it
else
with.
can see Brandon's fight?
No, because you have blind sight. You can see it. You can make
Right.
out this figure, but nobody else can.
But the spell on the sword, Branding Smite, makes it emit a dim light in a 5-foot radius.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So everyone can now see it. So no one has disadvantage on attacking this thing now.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yes.
Excellent.
Unfortunately, you have also now attracted this thing's attention significantly. It has just decided that you are now the biggest threat in the room. And you are.
Well, I'm glad I made somebody's list.
Exactly. So the creature has. You notice that the energy is building up around this silhouette significantly. And all of a sudden it reaches forward towards you, and you feel this force as it swirls around about your body and shoves you towards the wall viciously. But it misses with its first attempt at doing so, and it whirls about and comes at you for a second attack. And it misses with the second one as well. So it swirls and tries to push you, and you manage to stagger to one side. It tries to push you again to the other way. You get the sense that if you had not managed to turn at the last minute, it would have probably done to you what it did to Cauldron and slammed you against the wall excruciatingly hard. So you now, Cauldron, you now can see this thing floating in the air in front of you, this bluish, ethereal, silvery wraithish character. What are you going to do?
I am going to attack it first with this dagger.
Excellent.
Oh, did that do sneak attack automatically? What? Oh, it's because I clicked the sneak attack module thing earlier. Okay.
Yes, and that's okay. You do.
Cool.
You managed to strike, and you've done a significant amount of damage, but unfortunately, the damage is not as significant as you would have hoped. But it was still
even with a magic dagger.
Even with a magic dagger, you get the sense as the blade sticks in that the only thing that was really doing the damage was the magic. All right.
Anybody got some spells?
And second. Sorry, I didn't take my second attack.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot. My bad.
Hopefully that doesn't do sneak attack. Okay, that did sneak attack. That wasn't supposed to. Can you remove whatever sneak attack condition I have?
So I have to remove 7 for that. It's the macro that you ran. It's okay. We'll just back it.
Yeah, I don't. Do I just click it again?
It's okay. I can manually fix it. I'll just manually back up the damage. So that's all right. You do manage to strike, but it doesn't really seem to do anything. You can tell that you've struck, but it didn't really feel like it did much. But now that Druger can see this thing, he's like, right, it's your time to die, I guess, again. So he goes and targets this ethereal creature, and he pulls out Hugh, his magic battle axe, and he attacks. And he manages to hit. We'll use his slashing damage. I have to check something really quickly on his blade. Nope, doesn't have anything special to do against these kinds of creatures, which is kind of sad, but oh well. Alright, but the slash feels... You can see that the slash from his blade seems to have elicited a stronger response from this creature than your actions with the blade did, Cauldron. So he's going to try with his second attack. Strikes again. And he manages to hit again. For minimal damage. But
No.
the creature seems to in fact be taking some damage now. Sorry, someone is texting me. Let me see who this is. It may be Kenji trying to get into the game. Alright, nope, it's not him. Alright, moving right along. It is Kenji's attack. Damien. Damien now has got a better sense of what it is you guys are fighting. He can see this creature. He takes a step forward to close proximity. He pulls out his magic sword. And he tries to strike with it. He tries to slash. And he manages to hit. He does a decent amount of damage with it. His second attack, he tries the same thing. He strikes again with his longsword talon. And gets a natural crit.
Wow. Once again, never here to see it.
Never here to see it. Never here. And he does he slashes across the figurine with his blade. You see the colors and the swirling of the energy that makes this non-corporeal creature change multiple colors, and it's almost as if you see the face lean back and howl in silent agony as the blade cuts through it. Elrin.
Sorry, I was muted. Let's see here.
Neither of these are truly undead, are they? The Will-o'-the-Wisp or the Invisible Stalker?
The Will-o'-the-Wisp are undead, but the Stalker, is not.
Ah.
Let's see here.
You hit him pretty good last time. Can you do that again, or is that a...
I sure did.
Gone.
Yeah, he seems to react well to lightning.
Ooh.
Let's see. I'll do Call Lightning. That's a new one, so I want to see that one. Center on spell fails, you can't see it. No, wait, no, that's not what I want.
I was going to say, things are about to get interesting for everybody in that room.
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
Give us some warning. I'm going to get behind the dragon skull.
That's like the wizard going, I cast Fireball, but the room's only 10 by 10. I cast Fireball.
Screw it. I guess I'm just gonna do the Bolt of Planar Lightning again. It worked well last time.
All right, target him.
This isn't disadvantage anymore, is it?
Nope.
Great.
Thanks
oh wait,
to,
I just targeted myself. Hold on.
Yeah, don't do that. Ooh, a nice solid hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. Give me 2d6 and then a 2d6. Yikes, 18 points
I'm
of
rolling
damage.
good today.
Plus 2 is 20 points of damage. This creature is now in significant pain. As the blast of tendrils hits it, you see it kind of curling down and writhing in agony now, and screaming in silent screams. Angelina, it is your turn.
Okay, is Cauldron, like, still pretty hurt?
Cauldron is extremely hurt, and
Okay.
more to the point, she is also suffering from the side effect of having been touched by this creature.
Okay. I'm gonna
Damn.
heal you. Okay. Hold on. Which one should I use? I have so many. Let's do. Is Prayer of Healing good? Yeah.
That takes a long time to cast, like 10 minutes.
Oh, never
Yeah.
mind. Never mind.
That's
Okay,
a
I'll do
ritual
Cure
spell.
Wounds. I'll do Cure Wounds.
Cure wounds. Wait. Let me find it.
Make sure that Cauldron's targeted. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
There we go. Beautiful healing spells. The smell
No.
of lilacs fills the room. And you heal Cauldron for 7 points.
What is that roll?
I don't. I tried.
It's
You're
okay.
rolling great for
It's
yourself.
randomized.
Cauldron is doing much
I
better.
mean, you
Cauldron,
healed her for most of her points.
Did somebody else cure Cauldron when I wasn't looking?
No.
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 Because she was down to 11 hit points at one point.
I really?
What?
I thought it
did
was.
not see
I
that.
saw it at 35
I didn't
for a
see that.
while.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
I
that's
must
what
have
I
been,
saw as well.
I must have been looking at the wrong icon. My bad. It's
Yeah, so I wasn't really that hurt. I was like,
Oh, I thought you got your clock lane. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Because when the thing like threw you.
Yeah, I thought
Right?
I thought it had done far more damage. That's cool. I mean, but the Cauldron, you're starting to feel cold.
Okay.
All right, Angelina, that was your turn. That was your action.
Yes.
All right. So, moving forward, no. Ruger, your turn.
Yes. Let's target hit it with a divine smite this time.
Awesome. So go ahead and target it, hit it with your weapon, and casting Divine Smite.
And I'm going to add a spell level to make it a second level. So we'll do like 3d8 if I hit.
That will be rude, but please do. And you critical hit with your weapon.
Come on!
And you're using Divine Smite.
Yeah.
And you've rolled another 10 in radiant damage. So please roll the damage for your blade using critical, please. And use the option, if you see it, for versatile rather than regular. Roll the versatile and use critical, because you're using your slashing.
I see critical fumble. Where's the critical hit table?
Okay. Oh, it already did it. Never mind. It already did it. I'm looking at you right now. It already doubled you. Okay, so, yeah. This thing's in a lot of trouble.
You want me to roll another die 8? Because I made it a second level.
Yep.
Divine
Smite.
A little more damage.
You rolled a 2?
Yep.
Okay. Well, it did more damage. Not a ton. But this thing is now, it seems to be losing its celestial, ethereal, out of this world, other realm of existence mind. And so it turns on Cauldron one last time. And
I'm the center of attention here. I get all the...
No, not this time. Not this time.
It
attacks once.
can I uncanny dodge because I can now see
You
it?
can now see it, so you can, but it missed anyways.
Okay.
And it tries again. And it would hit, but you're using uncanny dodge.
Yep.
So uncanny
So that's
dodge.
just half the damage.
Correct. So rolling its damage. It does 3 points of damage to you. Let me change this to half, because you used uncanny dodge and apply, so now you should have only had 3 points removed from you. I think it did it twice. Yes, it did. So it should be 39 points. Sorry, it did it twice. There we are. So you get shoved up against the stones, the bones one more time, but this time you were prepared for it as it happened, and you were not quite as shook up as it was before. And it is now your turn for retribution against this otherworldly nemesis.
Oh, yes, come on.
Nice.
Alright, so you manage to strike with the piercing blade and you do 7 points of damage. And that's all that it had left. You hear a blood-curdling shriek. The light begins to grow in this character, and suddenly there is a large flash, and it vanishes from sight in front of you. And as it does, you see lying on the floor where it was standing the blade of the Lady Alagondar and her weapon, and you see runes written on the side of the blade that inscribe the word Dragon Slayer on the side.
Oh, that's so sick.
Wait, does that mean that we just killed the lady?
We killed her invisible stalker.
Correct. So
So
as
it's
you
not
Her
actually
protector.
as you guys are standing there,
I don't think it was.
you see the wraith from the other room suddenly appear in front of you. You hear the shrill voice saying,
You have proven yourselves worthy warriors. You may help yourself to any remaining treasure in the catacombs that may help you. Always honor the blade. Always honor the lady.
and with that,
Aldrin bolts to the room with the giant gems.
and he fades out. So Cauldron, do you wish to go into the room with the gems and go and retrieve those back in the sarcophagus?
Yes.
All right, go ahead, move yourself down there. It's like everybody's kind of like, where did the thief go? It's like you just see this little like cartoon of smoke as she goes barreling out the room past you.
Is it to my right or is it down? I can't remember.
To the right.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna search the rest of this room for anything armor-wise or weapon-wise that might help us.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ava, as you guys are searching that room, Ava, do me a favor. You're starting to feel really, really cold. Okay? And I need you to do a roll for me, please. First thing I need you to do is I need you to give me a perception roll.
Perception.
Yeah, and you need to beat a 12.
There we go.
Nope.
Okay, you rolled a 7. Okay, as you
Oh, what?
rolled a 7 on your perception, yes?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the the damage roll for the dagger.
No. You rolled a 7. So
Okay.
as you grab the large ruby and you take your dagger and start prying it off of the sarcophagus, it cracks in the middle and you realize that it's paste. Just as you realize that, you suddenly find yourself, you hear a slight hissing sound, and as the hissing sound begins to get a little bit louder, you realize that you're sitting in a cloud of gas, green, noxious, poisonous gas.
Fortunately, thanks to
Yes.
I have protection of poison.
Yes, you do. So the protection that is running on you just means that you have to smell you're like, it smells like an egg fart. And you are now breathing in this stuff. But you're none the worse for wear. a little embarrassed and slightly pissed off.
Can I, like, is there a mechanism that is doing that? Can I try to disable that?
It's already gone. It's already there.
Okay.
But it's just you're in a bit of a cloud that may last for a little while. It's kind of a green, foggy kind of environment.
You're sleeping by your own campfire tonight.
Yeah, and I would actually probably recommend not getting too close to the flame, because it is rather sulfurous and a little bit like a cistern and not a clean one. Do you want to go try the other sarcophagus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably look at the other gem.
You look at the other gem and you realize that it also, as you now are up closer to it, you can tell that it's not real either. And you can see the mechanism in the handle of the sword. It's obviously tripped to another booby trap linked up to that sarcophagus. Would you like to try and disarm it?
Is there any, like, other stuff of value on the sarcophagus?
Not on the sarcophagus. You don't know. There might be something in the sarcophagus.
I'll try to disarm it.
Alrighty, go ahead. Give me a Thieves tool. You need to beat a 12. The suspense is killing me. Oh, you rolled extremely well. You managed to pop the jewel out completely whole and pristine, and it's so obviously fake. The backside of it's not even blue. You're heartbroken. But you do manage to disarm the trap. It does not go off. And as you open the lid of the sarcophagus, you find the remnants of its inhabitant. You think the poison smelled bad? This is even worse. But as you kind of use the tip of your blade to rummage your way through the leftovers, you find a small little leather pouch there. And in the leather pouch, you find a sack with 20 silver pieces in it. So give yourself an additional 20 silver pieces. Hold on a second here. I think we got one person who's AFK. That's fine. Gotcha. So Calder, let me go ahead and add those 20 gold pieces.
Oh, sorry. I just did that.
Okay, cool. That's fine. So you've already done that. So, but you're noticing that the room feels a lot more colder and damp compared to what it felt to you the last time you went through that area.
I think Culture's just gonna head back to the rest of the group, sulking a little bit.
All right.
Can we get maybe Damien and Angelina to look in this room for armor or other things?
All right.
I guess Peter and I can open the sarcophagi, but we'll probably have Calder take a look at them first.
Yeah, if when she gets back up there, she can go and give them a check for you. Let me know when you're back up in that room.
Nearly there.
There we go. And there you go. Your trap is not being sprung. Go ahead and give me a perception roll. You want to roll high, preferably over a 14. And you hit a 14. You notice that it's not trapped at all. You do notice that those bones are probably human bones. They look to be finger bones for the most part. Finger bones and maybe the occasional tooth that has been ground down to make an interesting ivory inlay. The mother of pearl, it would be very difficult to get it out of the sarcophagus without having the proper tools. You're probably going to destroy the mother of pearl and render it fairly worthless. But there are 2 jewels making up the eye sockets of the top of the sarcophagus, and they are both small sapphires, blue sapphires. You figure they're probably worth about 20 to 50 gold pieces each. They are inlaid pretty deeply into the ebony, so you're going to have to dig them out. It'll take you a little bit of time. But there doesn't appear to be any other kinds of what's the word I'm looking at? There's nothing like a booby trap or anything else that you can detect relative to that, what you're looking at.
Okay.
All right. So are you going to try and take the sapphires out of the lady's head on her
Sure.
sarcophagus? Okay. All right. You fumble around for a little bit, but you do manage to get them out. Each one of them is worth 50 gold pieces each, roughly. And let me go ahead and put these into your inventory. There you go. I think I may have actually spelled sapphire wrong, but if I did, I apologize. But you'll notice that they are listed there inside of your inventory now. As you open the sarcophagus, you see the remnants of the lady. You notice as you're looking in, she's missing one of her arms and one of her legs, and her skull has been crushed. So however this battle went down with the dragon, it seems that it was probably lethal for both her and her dragon. That they both met their end this way as they came in to fight inside of whatever final battleground that they found themselves in. But her armor was clearly significantly damaged, and time sitting in a crypt has not helped it a whole lot. It's fairly rusted, dented, shredded, so there's really nothing else of value in there, unfortunately, and you don't detect any or find any other kinds of jewels or goodies as you look around inside.
Just for clarification, did you say pet dragon?
No.
Okay.
No, she was fighting this dragon.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I was like, oh my god, I screwed the pooch on this one. I don't understand what's happening.
Nope.
Okay.
As well as we
So Druger comes over and stands over by the sarcophagus of the squire and says, "Hey, let's take a look on this one. Maybe we got something more in there."
Okay.
You ask Demon to take a look through the bones, see if he can find anything else under the dragon skull or behind it.
Certainly. The tapestries themselves might end up being worth something if it wasn't for the fact that they were in such bad shape. They're fairly moldy, brittle. If you take them down, you're fairly certain they're going to just disintegrate.
Yeah.
Looking through the bones themselves, you don't really find anything of value, but they are still dragon bones. And the skull itself is really kind of what's the word? It's a set piece. It's been sort of encapsulated in waxes and in resins to try and preserve it so that it wouldn't fall apart. But there are a few bones on the ground that you can find that you can take, and as a result, as you look around, you find about 3 or 4 of the bones themselves. They're fairly heavy though. They're slightly over a pound each, but you're pretty sure that you could fetch anywhere between 10 to 100 gold pieces for each one of these. So it's worth taking a look at. Taking them into town and maybe getting them appraised.
Okay. We could probably take a couple,
All right.
maybe 3.
All right. So,
Who's got the sword of the lady, by the way? Did Druger pick it up?
I think it's Cauldron, right?
What? Why would I?
Nope.
I don't think.
It's
Or
lying on the ground.
I picked it up, but it's
Yeah, you picked it up, right? So I thought you still
I picked
had
it up, but
You picked it up with your mage hand,
yes.
right?
Okay, I go back and I pick up the sword from the floor.
Okay. All right.
You,
So Ruger, I've added the dragon bones to your inventory.
okay.
Angelina,
Yes.
as you go over, you see that, like I said, right where the battle had been taking place, you see the longsword of the lady lying there. As you pick it up, you can feel the magical energy emanating off of this blade. And if anyone is going to wield it, they're going to need to commune with the blade first and bond their spiritual energy to the blade. So it'll be a one-person blade once it gets used by that person.
Can I check to see if there's any similarities between the brooch and the sword?
As you take a look at the sword, you notice that in the hilt, pardon me, on the pommel, which is the round part at the end that is used for counterbalance, there is a smooth teardrop shaped ruby that is very, very similar in size and shape to the brooch that you wear. Yours is more oval, this one's more of a teardrop. But it is the same depth of color, it's the same clarity, it's the same very smooth finish. There's no faceting to this, which is normally they cleave it and you get flat edges on it. This is smooth as if somebody cast it out of resin or out of glass.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what that means. Does that okay? So so that makes sense then. Why the wraith was like wondering why I had the brooch.
Yes, indeed. That would appear to be part of the reason why he is wondering why you would have been wearing her jewelry.
Okay. Cool. All right. I was just curious.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick break there. It is 4:20 our time, and I don't know about you, but I think a couple of us could use the quick bio break. So let's go
Yeah.
ahead and take that for a moment. And this whole time, have we been streaming?
I think so. Yeah.
Because it says saying start stream. I
I
thought we
can
were.
see the stream.
Is it your sister streaming in Discord or is it me streaming in?
No, you're streaming on Twitch.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why it's telling me that. All right, cool. I'm glad that we are working properly. We are going to be right back, folks. All right.
Ready.
All right. Hey guys, I'm back. So we're just waiting for Ninako to come back. Are we going to loot and pillage? Remind me again, you're the paladin?
It was an ironic question.
Yes, clearly.
You're trying to frame me because you're using my name.
That's right. It wasn't me. It was the other cauldron.
And I still don't know why that's happening. I went in and double checked your icon, and you are not Cauldron. And more importantly, I went through the whole player, you know, UI assessment to make sure that you were pointed at the right person. I still do not know why that is happening to you. It's kind of frustrating, quite frankly.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but you know, maybe I'm just not meant to. Maybe that's my challenge in life is I'm not supposed to know.
So, Cauldron has not informed the rest of us about her feeling cold because that's very unusual for a fire elemental.
Yes, you would think, wouldn't it? And she has not told any of you, but you guys through
Mm,
metagaming have been able to hear it.
true.
Hi. Sorry to interrupt. So Elrin will be back in about 10 minutes. She has to walk her pet dog.
Yeah, she's my daughter, and I live here, and I know.
I know.
But
I
thank you
know.
for
I'm
telling
just
me.
leaving.
All right, we are now back
Elrin has
into
a
gameplay.
familiar too?
Was that?
Elrin has a familiar too? Just
Yes,
kidding.
yes, she does. Yes, she does. All right, so we are now back. You are seeing the stream still? Just want to make sure that you're seeing the stream on Twitch.
Yep.
Cool. All right, just wanted to be sure. Not
To
sure
be
exactly.
honest, though, for the most part, I don't really look at the screen because you describe it well enough, so I can figure it out.
Theater of the mind, and God only knows there's should be a theater in my mind. But yes. All right, we're going to go ahead and continue on. You are in the depths of the catacombs. The will-o'-the-wisps are gone. The wraith has faded away. The traps are still very much alive, as Cauldron can tell you. As she comes around, you're like, did, did you fart? Did you fart?
It was the turnip soup, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh,
Where did you find turnip stew?
yeah, so, yeah, Cauldron, side note, that is from when you guys went up to Umbridge Hill to meet the healer who was big into natural remedies and who gave Ruger turnip soup, and everyone made him march at the back of the party for the remaining couple of days because he was, yeah, yeah, he was fairly offensive, but nonetheless. So here you guys are. Steve, I see that you've kind of moseyed on down into the hallway a wee bit. Everybody else is still kind of still hanging out there with the dragon head. Everyone, I assume, is going to kind of like make their way back into the main room so that you guys can kind of get a better look at what's going on. Um, Cauldron, I'll let you move yourself. Um, Druger's
Yep.
going to hang in behind you there. But as to make a long story short, you really don't feel like there's really terribly much left inside the immediate area that you guys are in that you'll be able to really make out at this point in time. So, all right. So,
We already looked at the details of the writings and the pictures, right?
yes, I mean,
Okay.
like I said, from everything you could discern, there clearly were either a number of battles between this dragon and this lady. Um, this dragon apparently had really did a number on there's a port that's burning, there's a castle burning, there's a city that's burning, and you know there's depictions of these two fighting on mountaintops and fighting in fields and fighting in a castle until finally the final battle, which is the one at the front of the room, which presumably based on the condition of the dragon and the condition of the lady and the condition of the squire, resulted in their cumulative demises. We'll just put it that way.
Okay. Cool.
So, who among us can wield the sword is my question.
Well, anybody that is qualified to yield a longsword.
Right. So
that would be the two fighters.
Damien has a war bonded sword.
Correct.
Well, if he takes it, does it replace the other one, or what happens to his? Is the other one unusable?
He has two swords. One is his war bonded sword. Actually, both of them are war bonded. He would either have to disconnect from one of them to war bond to that if he wanted to, in fact, have it war bonded. But he could definitely use the long swords. The second one he has, which is silver, which is not a is magic, but it is not. There's no bonus to the magic. It's just it's a magic silver sword in order to be able to affect damage against creatures that must be hit by magic. So there's that. The other people in this party that would be able to use them, technically, I think Cauldron, I think you can, but
I don't think so.
Is that
because I don't think rogues get long swords.
It's martial melee, and you don't have martial melee, so no.
Yeah, it's a specific list, I think.
Yeah, so that one's not one you can. So
and it wouldn't even work with sneak attack. So
no, it wouldn't. But I was just like technically maybe, but no. Druger could, although he is, because of his specialization as a slasher, he's not a great weapon master, so for him it's entirely possible to use it, but he does potentially give up some of his benefits that he gets from being a slasher, but not a ton, so he could use it. Ruger, you clearly could, because you already have long swords in your repertoire, so it would be usable by you, and I think even the clerics. I'm not sure. Let me check.
Depends on what martial weapon, like if they get it.
Yeah, let me double
from
check.
Their domain.
Yeah.
I think Angelina maybe, or whichever one's the life cleric.
Angelina. I think cause Elrin shouldn't be able to, because she's more of a specialist with things like hammers and so forth. Let me see, cleric. Class. Let me just double check this. Yeah, light armor, medium armor, shields, and simple weapons, so technically not, but because life domain gives you martial abilities. No, proficiency with heavy armor, so it wouldn't be one that she would typically want to be using. And I don't even think with the Tempest either. No, actually Elrin could. Elrin could, Angelina can't. She has proficiency with martial weapons and heavy armor. Because that's right, because the Tempest domain is more of the combat domain. So it's the other way around for us. But, so, essentially, either of the Elrin, Ruger, or Druger, or Damien. So the 4 melee-ish people could do so. The healer and the thief, not so much. All right.
Okay. Well, I've got magic longswords that I can give to someone who can use a magic longsword. I would rather see it in the hands of somebody who's a melee fighter than a spellcaster, mainly, so that they're getting the full benefit of it.
Yep.
I don't know, what do the rest of you guys think?
Well, Druger's like, I've got my battle axe and I'm more than happy with that, and I've got Hugh, and I like to hew with Hugh, so I'm good. But if no one else wants it, I'm happy to give it a home.
Well, I would take it. You could have the great Falchion that we picked up from the half ogre or half orc or half gorgon or half whatever.
Ugh.
Or you could have something else.
I think that still needs to be balanced.
Yeah, our swords are a little heavy right now, but we got certainly get it reworked. Tell you what, mate, I'm happy to take it. If you don't want the falchion, I'll take the falchion.
Quick question. How many like pieces of weapons can we like hold on? Is there like a maximum that you can?
Technically, you can have anything set as being in a wielded status, which means you have it in some place where you could readily get to it and use it in combat. You know, but there's some things that you don't. Like Ruger's got his light crossbow stuck in his inventory because he's got a heavy crossbow, he doesn't need it. And his warhammer is packed away because he's not using it. That sort of thing, right?
Yeah, I feel like the sword should go with either Ruger or Ruger, just because like I feel like Ruger's like strong enough to like be a good fighter with it, if you get what I'm saying.
Makes sense.
Yeah, if it increases my ability to hit, then I can add a lot of damage to it.
Right, because it is magical, right?
It is very much magical. So,
yeah, so
any objection to the Dragon Slayer longsword going to Ruger?
I think that's like the best idea.
Okay.
Personally.
All right.
I don't know, because I mean, I was a little confused, but the clerics, both Elrin and I, can't really hold a longsword, right? Or a magical
You can't,
one.
but Elrin can. Elrin totally could, but she shouldn't be your primary wading into battle person.
Right. And then Damien, I'm just scared of giving anything to him. And
yeah.
And Cauldron, I think
I couldn't use any longsword.
Okay.
Very effectively.
Well, she could use it, but she'd be at a disadvantage, so there's no point.
Yeah. I think
we need to get Damien some better armor so he can.
Wasn't there armor in the horse room?
There is horse armor. Yeah, there's barding.
Oh, that's not. We can try giving him horse armor.
That won't work for Damien until someone changes him into a horse.
Right.
All right. So we have transferred over the Dragon Slayer longsword over to you, Ruger.
Okay.
You can read the. You guys, you've heard of these kind of swords before. I mean, you guys aren't. You have a soldier's background, so you're familiar with these. Plus, being the Esamir Protector classification, this kind of weapon, while not something that you are hugely familiar with, you know enough of them to have a set without having to go in and do like an identify spell to get the gist of it. Although, maybe getting an identify spell might help you get down to the basics, the real meat of the issue as to what the particulars of this specific sword are. But you know that they're Barney badass when you start hitting dragons with it.
Okay.
All right. And if you want to attune it now, that's fine. You could wait till later. Damien's not here to have the conversation, so if you want to wait for him to come back before you have that, that's up to you guys.
Okay.
So, but
you
could maybe, you guys could have a little exchange later on and talk it through and figure it out from there. He's not here, so you snooze, you lose. Okay?
Hey, okay.
All right. So, but
so
they're still partial. Druger's like, are we gonna look at the rest of this place, or are we gonna sit here and have a picnic?
About to say that. Well, Ruger, sorry, we were figuring out some logistics. I was about to ask if we've gone to the right of this hallway before.
You have, well, you mean to the west?
Yeah, the west.
Yes, you have not gone to that direction.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
I think we should go there.
I think we should go there too.
All right.
Cauldron's like, I smell money. I smell money. So, yeah. So,
I think it could be a trap. But you guys can go ahead.
All right.
I'm not going to be desecrating any for cash.
All right.
First, I'm gonna try to look for traps about here-ish.
I've lost somebody. Where's Ruger? Oh, there he is. Okay, I see. All right. So, hold on. I gotta get everybody up here. Damien's pulling the rear. Steve, I see that you're kind of taking point over there, going around the corner. You see that there is still one will-o'-the-wisp floating.
Can I look for traps still?
Okay, from where you are, go ahead and roll a perception roll for me, please.
I'm just here for security now.
All right.
I'm not going too far.
Yeah, you're not going far. Once again, you detect that there is a strange, slightly out of place set of tile on the floor directly in front of the will-o'-the-wisp, and you're fairly certain that that is another one of those floor traps with the drop down into the spikes right there at that junction point of the hallways.
Can I try to disable it?
By all means, walk up to it and go ahead and give me a roll on your thieves' tools. Wow. You proficiency, never let it be said that proficiency and skill bonuses don't have something to be said for successes. Yes, you are able to go and lock that in the open position so that it is locked in place so that it will not collapse. You notice that the will-o'-the-wisp goes back into the other room and seems to be waiting for you at the back of the room.
I have a feeling that these willies are actually just like indicators that there's something in that room.
I've often thought that willies are indicators, dear. But never mind. Sorry.
Oh, I get it. Oh, shut up.
Sorry. This is PG.
It took
This
me
is a
so
PG.
long.
It was a PG-13 show. It's a PG-13 show. All right, here we go. So, Cauldron, I need you to give me a Constitution roll, please.
We the people, in order to form a more... Oh,
saving throw? Doesn't matter.
Yes, a Constitution-based saving throw. Okay. You notice you're not feeling any colder at the moment.
Okay.
Does she look any different?
Roll a perception for me there, my friend.
Oh, me?
Yes. Perception or investigation, whichever one is higher for you.
Investigation I actually have skill in, so I'll roll that.
All right, you're the second one at 17, I take it?
Yes.
That is so weird. Yes. You're not sure, but as you're following behind her, you get the sense that she's emanating cold.
So
as you walk up behind her now in this hallway, you notice that it's definitely colder. She walks away, it gets warmer. You walk up behind her, it gets colder again.
Okay, so I asked Cauldron, are you feeling all right?
No,
You
Right
don't
now,
normally
yeah.
feel cold. You feel warm usually. Okay.
Okay, well, that's gonna come up later, but let's keep an eye on her.
Yeah, that was weird. So, Angelina, I'm wondering if you or Elrin want to try to turn undead on the Will o' the Wisp because they're undead, I think.
I don't think I have that. I think Elrin does.
I do.
Oh, I think all clerics can turn undead, can't they?
Doesn't turn undead just make them walk away?
I
You guys can
depends on
destroy
how
them.
hard they are.
So
Yeah,
who are you
At
targeting?
certain levels.
Are you targeting Cauldron?
the Wisp.
The Wisp. Yes.
It's over here now.
Yes. It's at the.
It's not within 30 feet or whatever the turn undead radius is.
Correct. You have
Right.
to
Is
get a
it?
lot closer.
I was going to suggest that Angelina and Elrin go in and try to turn it first before we start opening sarcophagi and setting off more.
Well, before, remember one of the willies just passed through me and then just disappeared? Maybe I should just walk in.
Yeah, you could try.
Okay, I'll shuffle through y'all. Sorry, excuse me, pardon me.
Well, or you could take the other passage.
Oh,
That works too.
yeah, sorry, I'm gonna take the complicated route.
All right. So you're at the doorway. Do you want to actually walk into the room?
Yeah.
All right. So you want to get within, you're now 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So this is 30 feet right here. You're 30 feet away from the Will o' the Wisp. Do you want to try and turn it now?
Can I just kind of go up to it and just talk to it for a little bit?
You certainly could try, that's for sure.
I'm sorry if this is a stupid move. I'm really sorry, guys. I will take full
that's fun.
responsibility for what happens
No.
after this.
All right.
You can try.
No, I'm with you. They haven't given us any issues thus far, so.
Well, except for the room with the dragon when they started turning red and attacking us.
They summon that thing
Well,
that is pretty
Hey,
powerful.
dude. Okay, so I'm gonna just say hi. So we are just here in peace. We just want you to know that we have already proved our worth to the not the Sith Lord. What was it again? The Stalker? No,
The lady.
The lady. And we have been given permission. So we come in peace. We are simply looking for answers that may help us to protect Wave Echo Cave and defeat the dragons. Mic drop.
So as you say that, it starts to glow extremely bright and very hot.
Okay.
And as you say that, it floats over top of the sarcophagus immediately to your right, and then vanishes out of existence.
We're cool. We're friends now. Can I take a look at the sarcophagus? Is there anything around it? Anything on it?
So as you take a look at this particular sarcophagus, it doesn't have all the really cool features that the other, although I don't know if you would call features on a sarcophagus cool, but it's not as beautifully done as the ones there. There's actually 4 of them, and the one that you were in front of has a carving of a harp on the cover of what
a
looks...
harp or heart?
Harp with a
Okay.
P. And what languages do you speak, by the way?
I believe I only
Let me
speak
look.
Elvish and English.
There's no English.
Let me
but
see.
that's
Hold
okay.
on.
Just like
Common.
human.
Yes.
Common.
It's common. Yeah, it's common.
Okay,
in Elvish.
so written in Elvish script, you see here that this is Leland, and he died in the battle fighting alongside the lady against the dragon. So he's some sort of a bard, it would appear, based on the little writing on the wall above where you are. And as you guys notice in the room, and elsewhere on the other walls, you see that one has the iconography of a cleric, one has the iconography of a fighter. This one has a bard, and another one has the iconography of a wizard. And there's various names that are listed there, and they all appear to have been in the charge of, or in the service of the lady in their battle against Azdraka, the dragon.
So which one is the one that we're looking at right now? The cleric or the
bard? The one that's right here, that is the bard. The one
I don't know if you're pointing at it because I can't see it.
Look at the map.
I can't see your cursor, Dad.
Okay.
Oh, I see your cursor now.
Okay. The fighter is here, and the wizard is there.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out why the Willy was above this specific sarcophagus. If anybody else wants to help chime in, because I'm kind of stumped.
Well, that might be a really good thing to have maybe someone like a thief check out.
Hey, thief! Hey, girl, can you help me out?
Sure.
All right. So go ahead and give me a roll with your thieves' tools.
On.
Also, what's a bard?
That's like Bernard.
No. He was a rogue.
Oh, what?
Bernard was a thief.
Oh, Cauldron, you have a critical failure.
No. It's okay. Good effort.
You're pretty sure that someone put a lock on this thing to keep something in there, but you just broke the lock. And now the only way you're going to get that open is if you guys break the lid.
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
I ain't doing that.
I don't know if that's the move.
Yeah, I would say no.
I mean, technically, we've been given permission to take anything that we need, but it's like breaking a sarcophagus might not be.
Yeah, I don't need that kind of juju in my life.
So, if there's something inside there that is useful to a bard, like a magical instrument, chances are it's not useful to any of us, because none of us are bards. So it would be something of value that we could probably sell, but it's not going to be something that will really help us in our quest unless there's something else that's magic on the bard's person, like a ring or some kind of instrument or tool, or like a wand or a piece of armor, some kind of weapon. If it's really just an instrument, that's not going to be very useful to us.
Well, considering all of the connection with the sword and my brooch and the lady and the dragon and stuff, it's like what if there's one of the keys or something to the Wave Echo Cave, to the puzzle box?
True. I mean, it'd be worth checking out probably, but as a paladin, I don't think I should go desecrating graves. So, you guys can do it, but I'm not going to help you. Sorry.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Although the Willy did specifically point to that one.
That's what I'm
saying.
Yeah, you guys can get Druger to bash it open. I'm sure he can.
I have a feeling the DM is punching himself in the head right now.
It's not that dramatic, but no, I can totally. So you say that you shouldn't be desecrating graves. Druger goes, I've got no problem with doing anything like that. They're dead. It's not like they're gonna complain.
No, but we don't know that. We don't know that. They could most certainly come back and complain.
They complained the last time, but oh well.
They gave us permission. It's fair game.
Speak to another Willy.
Oh man.
You guys go ahead and do it if you're interested. See what's in there.
As a cleric, I'm staying out of this conversation.
Too bad Damien's not here to cast a vote.
I know. Well, okay, so Cauldron and Andrew think it's totally fine. I'm on the edge, but I feel like there's a reason why the Willy was over it, so...
Okay. I got it. So Damien comes in and takes a look around and goes, so are we going into these? Are we not going into these? What's the story? Ruger's, I think, going out for a smoke break.
Yeah, I've just taken over his position, guarding the rear.
There we go.
I'm gonna step back. Damien, make sure you're gonna open the right one.
All right, well, which one do you want to open?
The one that the Willy was over.
This one over here? All
the
right.
the one in the back corner.
Yeah, this one.
All
yeah,
right.
it's
Yeah, there we go.
So to break it, he's going to target it. And he's going to use his sword against it. And he manages to hit. And he makes a pretty good chop at it. Hits again. So he keeps going at this for about 10 or 12 strokes.
Oh my gosh.
And then eventually he manages to hack through the lid. And as he hacks through the lid, he manages to open up what's on the inside.
It better be worth it.
On the inside, you find 250 gold pieces.
Oh my god.
800 silver pieces.
Okay.
And there are 2 items there. Lying across the chest of the remains of these, which were probably very elegant robes back in the day, there is a lute that is folded into the hands of the skeletal remains of the bard that was inside. And the lute seems to be glowing slightly.
Okay.
unfortunately we have no one here who can play the lute.
Yes.
Probably. I don't want to assume, but it's possible. Unlikely.
Yes, it is possible indeed that that people may be interested in that. And the other element that you find, and I'm just going to tell you guys what it is. The other one, and I have to actually take this away from you because I don't want you guys seeing it yet because no one has actually identified anything. A very interesting necklace. The necklace itself is this beautiful silver chain, and it has seven reddish beads, perfectly round, that are hanging from very fine silver threads attaching itself to this necklace. And as Damien kind of moves his hand in that direction, the red balls kind of increase in luminescence and then go back down to normal again.
I would definitely grab that one if I were you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Could you repeat that? You broke a little bit on my end.
I was telling them that they should probably pick the amulet. That's helpful.
All
Necklace
right.
thing.
Yeah.
The
I'm not sure
Demon's
about the
Arcanic.
loot.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the loot either. Does Damien's Arcana tell him what the necklace does?
He can try and identify it. It would be hard, but I'll give him a chance. I'll give him. Let's say we'll make this not completely ridiculous. We'll say that we'll give him a baseline of. Let's see how rare is this thing? Let me check. It's rare, but it's not like super rare. So let's give this a roll. We'll say that he needs to get a 14. How about that? All right. And he rolls an 18. And he looks at it and he goes, "This could be pretty useful. This is a necklace of fireballs. You take one of these gems hanging off of the thread, pull it, count to 3, and throw it at your enemy, and it turns into a mini fireball. It's not as effective as a real one because you can't like upcharge it or anything like that, but we don't have any wizards in our group, and this kind of gives us one of their most common spells." Let's try the loot. Let's see how rare the loot is. It's actually common, so I'm going to give him a 12 on the Arcana roll. And he rolls exactly a 12. He goes, "I'm fairly certain this is an instrument of illusion, in this case a lute. In the hands of a bard, or anybody who actually has the ability to play, they would be able to create illusions while they're playing this thing within a 5-foot radius of the instrument itself. Now, if it was a bard, they could actually get it to go farther, but any of us would be able to do that. They'd be nothing too super spectacular, like musical notes or a dancer or even butterflies or gently falling snow. Any of those we could do. It would be visual only. I mean, the only sound it would produce would be the music that you're playing, but it would be an interesting visual effect. Real popular with bards, but not terribly useful in combat for the most part. They're worth a pretty fair amount of coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, do we want to just like keep it for the sake of selling it later?
Damien
looks
at you and cocks an eyebrow. He goes, "Are you kidding?" And he goes ahead and he grabs all of it. It's like,
great.
These are coming with us.
Glad we figured that out.
Yeah. All right.
Does anybody want to check any of the other?
Yeah, Cauldron would like to check probably the rest of them.
Okay.
Cauldron's going money, 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 money. So Cauldron, go ahead and give me 3 more rolls with your thieves' tools. You want to roll a 12 or better.
I think that's a 12 or better.
That is perfect. That is a critical success. Ooh, that's new.
That's a cool effect.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't. That's kind of a nice
it's in the dice effect thing.
Nice. All right, so all 3 of the remaining ones work, and you're able to open them. Sadly, they don't have anything overly cool inside of them, but each one of them has 100 gold pieces and 50 silver pieces inside of them in little leather satchels that are inside of their hands, the silver in the left hand and the gold in the right hand. So that's 300 gold pieces and 150 silver pieces. Do you want to distribute that to the party, or are you going to take them into your own personal charge for the time being?
It doesn't really matter to me. Do you want some? The rest of the party?
Yeah, I think we should. I think we should split it just because then it's evenly distributed weight as well. So.
All right. So everybody go ahead and add then, because it's 300 divided by 6. Add 50 gold pieces to your inventory. I'll add that to Damien's.
I'll do it for Angelina.
Did somebody add the money from this, the first one that we opened, into their inventories?
Nope, not yet. So I'll add that in as well here in a moment. Actually, that one's got is a loot box, and I can have the game do it for me, so which makes my life a lot easier. So let me add everybody. All right. Split 6 ways. Everybody gets it. Isn't that cool? Makes my life so much easier. All right. I do need to get, but it did leave 4 gold pieces and 2 silver pieces left over. I will add those to Damien, seeing as how he took the risk of opening that up. I've added Ruger's. You're doing Angelina's, right?
Yep.
Everybody else already added their other 50 gold pieces?
Yes.
Cool, then this is now an empty box. So the sarcophagus now has bones in it, but other than that, nothing else. Cool. All right.
Hey, DM.
Yes.
I actually have to go early a little bit today.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think like, yeah, just don't die, you guys, because we've come so far. We've
Try
done
not
so
to.
well. I mean, I know you guys are probably gonna game for another 45 minutes, so I'll like catch up to that later on.
You can watch the stream later on, and hopefully they don't.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay.
This is why I record them now, so when people can't watch live, they can watch the recording later on.
Alrighty.
Great leadership, Angelina.
What?
Good leadership. You led the team through the catacombs.
Ah, thank you. I just doing my job.
Well, you did a good job.
Thank you. Good luck on the rest, you guys. I'm Angelina's just gonna be taken over by Ninako. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, enjoy the rest
you
of your night. Take care.
Bye, Makiko.
Bye.
All right. So, what is the party going to do now? You've managed to go and rob graves, steal swords, kill spectral beings. What's the next step on the agenda?
Is that the whole thing? Have we seen the whole thing?
I think that is, yeah.
I mean, we could check for secret doors and things, but there may not be much
Try
more
going down that skinny little hallway thingy.
I think that just leads from room to room, and
probably.
we might be able to try it, but most of us are too big to fit, especially in armor.
I say we get out of here. I think our business here is done.
Yeah, I think we came out pretty well. Why tempt fate?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you guys going to head back up the spiral staircase that you came in from?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, Druger and Damien will bring up the rear, per usual, to make sure that everybody gets out safe and sound. Cauldron?
Can you move me?
Yes, I can. There you go. There you go. All right, let me get Cauldron, Damien. Awesome. All right. So everyone gets to the stairs. Are you guys going to try and get that barding that is on the skeletal horse in the Wraith's room?
Be able to sell it, since it seemed to be decent to high quality.
Yeah, I mean, I could get it out of here if we need to.
It is on a horse, a skeletal horse at the moment.
Can the horse come with us or not?
I don't think many people would take kindly to an undead horse.
Getting him through the hallways wouldn't be the issue. Getting him up the stairs, that's not going to be possible. He was probably carried down here.
Need to take the.
He was meant to be here. Let him rest.
Handling.
What was that, Steve?
Animal handling. Will that horse allow me to take the barding off?
You can try.
Like on the floor next to it or something.
It's actually physically on him. It's strapped to him.
Okay, well, I'll try to take the barding off.
Okay. As you start trying to unstrap it, do me a favor, roll for initiative.
Oh, great. I should never listen to a thief. It always happens.
Look at what you've done! We were so close to getting out of here!
I know.
So the horse was kind of cool with everything until you tried to take his barding. He's a little PO'd now, so he rears up and kicks you with his hooves. And smacks you pretty doggone hard, and hits you for 14 points of damage and knocks you kind of on your keister there. And now he's stomping and snorting and snarling.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to try to turn him.
Okay.
Where is that? Do I have to target him? Or is it just like an area effect?
I think you should target him just to be on the safe side, because he does get a resistance roll.
Right.
Okay. You did throw your make your attack. The warhorse skeleton failed, and as a result, he turns and starts to head to the other side of the room.
Okay, we're done here. I'm not getting the barding. If you want it, you can go get it. See what happens when I try to desecrate something?
It's like, it's yours!
Never worth it.
Not taking it. Not taking it.
That's why I never became a thief. And I'm not killing the undead horse. The horse doesn't deserve it.
No, he's already dead, technically, but yes, I get what you're saying. All right, so you guys go up the stairs. And you come out on top of the Dragon Spire where you guys had come out from initially at the beginning. It's roughly 2:30 in the afternoon, and as you come up from the underside of the world, well, let me quickly reset something here. Boom, there we go. As we reset these things, it's interesting you still see that. That shouldn't be the case, but that's fine. As you come out from underground, first of all, the sunlight is a little rude, a little bit harsh on your faces. And as you come out, you notice that there are several beings at the base of the hill, and one of them is up on the top, only a few feet away. You notice several half-man, half-horse creatures kind of standing there waiting for you guys as you come out of the ground, and they appear to be that they knew you were there. They appear to have been waiting for you from that perspective, and they were one of them, the one in the front, who appears to be the largest and potentially even the oldest, judging from the fact that he has silver in his hair compared to other folk, which don't seem to have quite the same kind of complexion. They seem much younger. They're all various. Their skins are various levels of tan and orange. They're braiding different intricacies. But the one in the front is holding a person in his arms. The person he's holding in his arms is none other than Sildar Hargraven. And Sildar appears to have been injured. He's holding Sildar in his hands, and Sildar is unconscious and bandaged rather heavily. And he says to you, goes, You are the friends of Sildar Hargraven, yes?
Yes.
Sildar was scouting forward for you people when he came upon more than he could handle. He asked us to bring him to you. He, unfortunately, has been grievously wounded and must get some sort of magical assistance. It is beyond our healing capabilities to help him. He is very fortunate that we found him stumbling in the wilderness. Sildar is renowned among my people, but he is clearly overmatched by whatever it was that he found. We can help you get back to Phandalin. If you are interested, you may ride upon my brethren. We will take you to the outside of town. But he needs to see the Lady of the Shrine. Something has poisoned his soul, and he is trying to take him to the afterlife.
We thank you very
How
much.
do we know Oh, yep, thank you.
I don't know what else to say to that.
He walks up.
Thank you for saving his life.
Sildar, many years ago, he was one of the warriors that protected my family from an attack from the orcs and half-orcs that lived up in the mountains. We have a blood oath to him to protect him and his friends. He said that you would be here and that we should come to you and get him back to the Lady of the Shrine. But we are not welcome in Phandalin. Me and my kin will find ourselves being attacked very quickly should we get too close to that city. We will take you to the orchards on the outside of town, and we will wait to hear from you there. I hope we can get him there in time. Sildar is not the man he was 30 years ago when he fought alongside me, but he is still honorable. Quickly, get on to the backs of my brothers and sisters. We will take you to Phandalin as quickly as we may. Any objections from the party?
I say let's ride off into the sunset.
Excellent.
Sounds good to me.
So all of
Ava?
you.
Yep.
So each one of you gets up onto the backs of one of these centaurs. Just a second here. And you find yourselves heading on into the city of Phandalin. yourselves all over here, dropped off at the back end. Hold on a moment here. Let me get you guys all over there. You're all dropped off here at the edge of the city, inside of the forest that makes up part of the orchards, just down the hill from Tressendar Manor. You know that you need to get, the centaurs tell you that they'll be camping there just a little bit more to the east, where the natural wood kind of meets up with the orchards. But in the meantime, you know that you guys need to be able to go and get, you guys need to get what's his name? Sorry, Sildar. You need to get him over to the Temple of Luck. So, do you guys still have your cloaks with you? They're in your packs. So you quickly don your robes from the dragon cultists to go into your incognito mode, and then you start heading yourselves over to the shrine in order to be able to take care of your good friend here. I'll move you guys over there. Over to the shrine.
I'll send the owl up and ahead just to make sure the coast is clear.
Yep.
Or clear enough.
Interestingly enough, as you were sending the owl up to over the city, you notice that there's even more of the patrolling activity taking place with the red brands. They seem to be kind of buzzing around, almost like a beehive. You guys go over to the inn. Pardon me, to the shrine, and you drop off Sildar there. Lady Gariel comes out and says, "It looks like he has been bitten by one of the undead. He is becoming a spectral being. He will slip into the underworld and become a tortured soul if we do not properly expunge this evilness from him. Leave him here with me. I will perform the necessary rituals to cleanse his blood and make him pure once again."
Thank you.
Should we go to the inn in the meantime? Just kind of lay low, see what happens?
Sounds good.
All right. So you guys go over to the inn, which is right across the street. I'll get you guys in there in just a quick sec. Here we go. Alrighty. So you folks find yourselves back inside one of your favorite places to be, which is, of course, the city's your home away from home, the Stonehill Inn. And quickly turn on. Yes, and Bart is doing his usual bit of getting everything ready for dinner. There's people chit-chatting as they're ordering lunch, dinner, and whatnot, and so forth, which is kind of nice. It's pretty much its usual kind of quiet, which is kind of a nice thing, to find yourselves with. Let me quickly get into a city and give you something nice. Here we go. Let's do it this way. All right, there we go. All right. There we are. So by the time you guys manage to get back to the city, it's already well into the evening. It's now about 7:30 p.m. Sun's started to go down. Dinner's being served. Bart's serving roasted venison with sides of carrots and roasted onions. He recognizes you guys when you walk in. He's learned to spot you guys from a mile away. He looks a little bit upset. He looks a little concerned. But he nods towards you guys to let you know the coast is clear as you head up the stairs and go into your rooms. As you go into the room, you find sitting on the table in the middle of the room a dagger stuck into the table. And on the dagger,
looks like a threat.
On the dagger, under the dagger, is a piece of parchment. And as you read the parchment, it says to you in the common tongue, I asked you nicely 3 times. 3 times you asked for my service, and I asked for payment. Not once have you been kind enough to return my professional courtesies. Therefore, I shall now take something that you want until you give me what I want. You will hear from me soon. Signed, the Spider.
What an idiot. This is bigger than you.
That's true.
Literally, like, this is beyond, like, petty change. Like, this is, like, the cosmos, bitch. Get over it.
Okay. All right. So, understand that maybe there's some tension here between the characters. Understood. But it is fortunately the end of the evening. You all are getting a wonderful hot meal, and everyone gets an opportunity to get a good night's rest as the Lady Gariel works on healing up your good friend. Bart comes up. You hear a knock at the door about 20 minutes after dinner is served, and it's Bart standing in, filling the doorway. Well, I know that you guys don't like to cause a lot of trouble, but you guys seem to be getting a lot of attention in town right now. Don't want you guys being too scared, but I happen to know from my friend over at the orchards, you've got some people waiting out there in the pears and the apples. Here's the thing, you can't leave them out there, they're not safe. The red brands have been really looking around trying to find trouble, trying to find anybody around, so I'm gonna send one of my men out there to go and find them and bring them into the stables. Tomorrow morning they should be waiting for you down there. But for the love of Pete, try and keep a low profile, will ya? I can't keep covering for you guys.
Yeah,
Understood.
that's understandable. You've been more than helpful.
Hey, you guys are just trying to make it a better city. I'm all for it. Let me know what I can do to help. Just watch your backs. Closes the door. You can hear him going down the stairs, and you're not sure, but it almost feels like the whole building moves as he goes down the stairs. So
Maybe we need to find a better place to hide.
Might be a thought. But are you guys going to do anything else on this evening, or are you guys going to take this opportunity?
Cauldron would like to get clean.
Yes, I could well imagine Cauldron's kind of stinky, so you can go into ask Molly to go and pour one of the hot baths for you, and they go ahead and she does so, giving you an opportunity to go in and get all the stink off of you from the stink cloud that you suddenly found yourself in. So
definitely will heal myself. So
I was going to say, any healings that need to take place, now would be an excellent time.
Do one of the clerics want to do me a favor, or should I use a?
Yeah,
potion?
I can get you.
Cool. Thank you.
Let's see what we got here.
Angelina's gonna take a moment, and she's going to heal Cauldron. She whips out Cure Light Wounds.
Oh, that's not.
Much better. I feel like a new dwarf or something.
Whatever you are now, right?
Right.
Let's see.
Hold on, let me see if I can get more for you. That was kind of lame.
Okay, hold on a second. I think Prayer of Healing would hit everybody.
Oh yeah, it would.
Yeah, so she's gonna target who all's hurt?
Or at least most Cauldron.
Cauldron and
Whoever
Ruger, I
else.
think, are probably it.
Yeah, I think no. Druger's still down a few hit points because he got hurt. He got hurt earlier on. All right. Well, she's just gonna go ahead and use it for everybody. There we go. Let me roll it. Excellent. Everybody gets 16 points worth of healing into them. So, Cauldron, you're pretty much back up to full power. Damien, sorry, Ruger, did you get yours? No, you should have gotten another 16. That would have taken you all the way up to 54.
Yeah.
And let's see, gotta add 16 to you. That's 47. He's only 1 hit point off when he sleeps tonight. That should get him right back to where he needs to be. Angelina was where she always was. And Elrin is 100%. So everybody is at 100% now with respect to their healing. All right. So guys, we are at an interesting position here. It's 5:40 game time here on the West Coast. You guys are about to take a long rest. I think it actually would make sense to end a little early tonight.
Works for me.
Yeah, because it's kind of a natural place to stop. Because trying to get into anything too complicated.
And we also are missing Damien and Angelina.
Exactly. So I'm thinking now would be an excellent place to go and pause the game as we find ourselves in a situation where everybody is now rested. In fact, everybody, let's go ahead and take the long rest right now so that we're all on the next day. And it is a new day, so please do your rest. And Ninako, are you doing your sisters as well?
Yep, already done.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now the next day as we find ourselves. It is 7 in the morning on the 6th. Scattered clouds, temperature at 55 degrees, but mostly clear. And that will be the weather when you wake up tomorrow morning. All right, so this is where we will pause our story. Nobody's dead yet.
Yay!
But very well, guys. Well
We
done.
did it!
Well done. Glad that you guys are alive and well and kicking and still with us. So, that having been said, we will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Woo.
Take care, all.
Thank you.
I will leave the
Awesome.
game running for a while in case people want to add notes to their journals. All right, bye.
Will do.
Take it easy, guys.
Yeah, bye.
Good game. Thanks.
Bye.